Hi, and welcome to week 2 of Cloud for Developers in the online section. In week 2, you're going to be working from a Windows command prompt. And the Windows command prompt is a critically important tool, especially when we start to get into the AWS command line interface. Okay, so basically week 2 is focused on getting you comfortable with working on a command prompt and all of those associated commands. So I've linked out to a series of YouTube videos that are put together that are really well done, that is going to kind of walk you through the things that you need to know to work on Windows in a command prompt environment. One thing that I'd like to point out is I know some of you do not have a Windows machine available to you. So you might be a Mac only user or a Linux only user. If that's the case, where I want you to start is I have a video inside of week 2 watch that I just put out today, which is called Create a Windows Virtual Machine using AWS EC2. And that's the video that I want you to use so that you can create a Windows environment for you to participate in actually working on a Windows command prompt. Okay, so that's kind of the starting point before you get into the other command line videos. Okay, so there's a whole series of videos. They're fairly short videos. The person that created the videos on YouTube has a whole series. I skip some of the videos that he has. Some of them are networking related tools that I've skipped over. So I don't have you watch the entire series that he's put together on YouTube, but it's a lot of those videos, and they're short, 5 to 10 minutes long, and it's a great introduction to the Windows command line. Okay, so if I skip over to week 2, and it looks like I'm logged out and I'm going to get logged back in. So if I skip over to week 2, there's no required reading for this week, so you can kind of skip over that section. But there are those YouTube videos. And again, I mentioned the starting point. If you don't have a Windows machine, or if you just want to know what I'm referring to when I'm talking about AWS EC2, because this issue is going to come up again next week for those of you that are Windows only users, that have Windows machines. You're going to need a Unix-like platform in order to access a terminal window to do kind of a similar thing for next week. So there'll be another video next week kind of covering how do you create an AWS EC2 instance in a Linux environment so that you can access a terminal. But then there's the series of webcasts kind of covering the Windows command prompt. And then if I go back to week 2 for the do portion of things, you're going to have a Windows command line tools lab. And the idea here is that I'm asking you to do a series of things on the command line, and then you're going to submit screenshots of those command line processes that you complete. Okay. In addition to this lab, there will also be a week 2 check-in, and a few people have asked about the check-in. I wait to put the check-in out each week so that it's contextual. So now we're in week 2. You might have questions about week 2, and it really is a check-in to make sure you're still with me in the course. So that check-in will be available as soon as you see this video. You'll see that check-in available.